What's going on, everyone, and welcome along to my YouTube channel on the day where this man, Mikel Arteta, has been named the Arsenal head coach. Finally, we get clarification, we get confirmation that Mikel Arteta has been named the Arsenal head coach. Now, it has been a long time coming. Ever since we got rid of Emery after the Frankfurt game, we've been in wonder. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the man to drive Arsenal forwards from this deep hole of crisis? Now, we're in it. We're in hell of a trouble. 10th place, 7 points off top 4, and 7 points off the relegation zone. 7 points off the relegation zone. Now, this is not the club that I grew up watching as a kid. It's not the club that I watched through those dark ages under Wenger. This is just the opposite. This is just as bad. I know most people will probably say he's overreacting and such, but I'm not, because obviously I've been through dark periods with this club. I have watched this club through the dark depths of bad under Arsene Wenger. Those final years under Wenger, those were the darkest days of being an Arsenal fan. Seeing the team go down to, it was just so bad. Seeing the team go down and absolutely spiral. But the latter years under Wenger were horrible, because we ended up outside the Champions League for the first time ever. The first time ever we were outside the Champions League. Well, not ever, but we have been in the Europa League before, as it was known as the UEFA Cup and such like. But we ended up finishing 5th, and then that was where it all started to go wrong for Mr. Wenger. So then we got Unai Emery, and the first few months, obviously, yeah, it was the honeymoon period where we enjoyed the unbeaten run of, I think it was above 15 games. I can't remember how many it was. It was that long ago. But then it suddenly all spiraled off, and we're into this season, and Emery has been sacked, and now we've been waiting. But finally, we have clarification that Mikel Arteta, the former number 2 at Manchester City, has now officially become our manager. Or should I say head coach? Whichever way you want to put it. Mikel Arteta is back at Arsenal, and I want to firstly say, welcome back, Mikel. I've missed you loads. You were a fantastic player. I don't care what anyone says, because he was a good servant for Arsenal in terms of being a captain and a leader on the pitch. He was that man. But now he's taking a real big step in his managerial type career now. He was number 2 at Manchester City, but they say a number 2 could never make a good number 1. Look at Paul Clement. He went from being an assistant manager to managing his own club. He managed Swansea, and he didn't last very long. He lasted so many months, and then they sacked him because of a bad run of form. But the one thing that's really pissing me off about this whole Mikel Arteta thing is the fact that half of the fans are divided, saying, oh no, he's not good enough, not this, not that, not this. It is a gamble, and I will admit that. It is a gamble that Arsenal have gone and appointed such an inexperienced manager, as people are calling it. Obviously, he is inexperienced because he's never managed a club in his life. He has been a number 2, but they say that the number 2s can never be the good number 1s. But I think if he brings the right philosophy and the right mindset, I think he could become a good manager, you know. I mean, everyone probably said the same about Lampard. Everyone probably said the same thing about Gerrard as well. They probably said the same thing. And obviously, you've seen the likes of Scholes, Campbell, Lampard, Gerrard, now Arteta. All former players going into managerial roles with clubs. Look at Lampard. He went from Derby, who nearly got promoted, to managing Chelsea, who are in the top 4. It's incredible the transformation that some clubs are willing to go with in terms of driving themselves forward, and we need to be driven forward. I can assure you of that. And the first thing that Mikel Arteta needs to do for me is sort out the motherfucking defence. That defence could let anything go through it. I mean, the amount of shots that Leno has faced this season and Martinez have faced this season have been absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. There was games where there's been above 10 shots from teams you'd least expect it. Like, I don't know, Burnley, I think they had about 20 shots in the whole of the match in that game at the Emirates. But yet we still came away with a 3-2 win, was it? I can't remember. I'm literally just overhyped with this whole Arteta thing. But yeah, it's amazing that he needs now to come in and stamp his authority down on this club, because Unai Emery let the players decide the captain. That is not the right way to go for me. For the club to let their players to decide the captain, that is not, no. The manager should decide who the captain is. He should decide who he's picking for the games and what philosophy and style of play he ran, but we all know the troubles that Emery had with the lingo and such, and he even admitted it himself when he was sacked. But I'm happy that Mikel's back, and I am going to get behind him 100%, and hopefully this could be the start of something new. So hopefully we see improvements, but I'm not guaranteeing anything straight away, because obviously it's going to be a work in progress, and hopefully I'm really, really hoping that this board, this circus of a board, get behind Arteta, give him the funds that he wants to sign the players that he wants, because if we don't, then obviously we're going to be seeing the same old every year, where the board don't give the manager the right amount of funds to buy players that he wants and to go out there and improve the team the way he wants and to develop his philosophy. But I've just got to say one thing. Right now. I hope Stan Kroenke finds it within his ram-loving heart to pull some money out of his goddamn pocket and send it across here, because Stan, we need it. Your son's doing more work over here than you are. You're over there with your prize ram over in flaming in America right now. Probably sat in your ranch playing with your rams. But yeah, I just hope that he does back Arteta, but I don't know what to say. I can't say anything else about Stan Kroenke, because obviously I'll just blow up on here. But other than that, I am absolutely happy and I'm buzzing for the games ahead. So let's hope we see some improvements from the Arsenal. Hopefully we get our club back, and hopefully we see some improvements under the new boss. And once again, welcome back Mikel. So guys, till next time, ciao ciao.